Okay, excellent. Thanks, everybody. The Hero C Podcast, Part 3. We just had an opportunity to discuss the pros and cons of some small screen development. But I want to focus on a particular series of questionnaires that one of my writer friends, Jerome Montgomery, put together.
Who's that?
You just don't know who you're going to run into these days.
Especially when you're talking character development.
That's right. Jerome has put together, after a series of many hours of trying to answer questions and develop these people and flesh them out and, heaven forbid, choose a name.
That's the hardest part.
Always.
Yeah, hardest part of character development to me is naming a character.
I agree.
So I just leave it up to friends and random generators.
Oh, yeah.
I was trying to name a character earlier, texted a friend. I was like, I need a character name. He's half human, half gray alien. He gives me Herzog Putzmeyer.
For anyone who's actually named Mr. Putzmeyer, we do apologize in advance.
I told him I like Herzog, but Putzmeyer was a little bit much, so I call him Krutzmeyer.
Krutzmeyer! I take that back.
No, literally, when I need a name, I text friends, give me a random name. That's how I do it. As far as I'm concerned, what makes good characters is character development. Good characters make for better story. When you flush out a character and know your character, you can write them better and understand how they would react in the situation and write that situation better.
Excellent. I noticed that you've given your particular listing categories.
Indeed.
The introductory questions were just a general overview.
Mm-hmm.
Physical traits.
Yep.
Obviously, that's how old are you? Your gender, your basic, your species. Some physical attributes. You put a history in here, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you need to know what your character has been through to know what they're going to do. So some of the I accidentally left that as other tenor.
I saw that.
Yeah. That's not what I'm supposed to do. But yeah, I mean, you have to know your character's history.
Family. So not only are you fleshing the individual, but what are they as far as their own unit?
Uh-huh. If you know how they were raised, then you know more about their history.
Relationships.
Again, history. If you know about what they've gone through, you know about their history.
And that also would affect the personality and beliefs.
Yes.
Which you have here listed as well.
If you know how their personality is, type A, type B, and their beliefs, if they're a fairly faithful person or not, you know how they're going to act in a situation. Oh man, that's...
Let's see here.
3 pages.
65 different questions just about that. My personal favorite one is, do you savor the taste when eating, or do you wolf down your food? That's my personal favorite.
I've always liked, how do you feel about magic, myth, or supernatural, and describe your worst nightmares.
Yep, those are really good. Then you even jump across with careers and training. You're really developing the community basis of your character. How do they are they involved at all? Are they extrovert, introvert, that kind of thing involved in that? But then you threw in lifestyles and hobbies. Mm-hmm. The downtime for the character, if they have any.
Yep, because a lot of the I'll admit it, a lot of the character creation I do is for RPGs.
Yep.
For playing White Wolf characters or Dungeons and Dragons characters. And sometimes my characters have a little bit of downtime. And I want to know what they're going to do.
Well, I want to flip to the last page. Okay. I have 4 questions here under miscellaneous.
And the 4th one is my favorite.
Well, that I think need to be broached, with serious thought. Jerome, do you mind if I read these off?
By all means.
Okay. What would you like to be remembered for after your death? I think that's pretty profound.
Yeah.
Posthumous. 2 is what kind of benefit or threat do you present to the public? there's sometimes you have those high aspirations. Even if Napoleonic in age stature. The third one, if your features were to be destroyed beyond recognition, is there any other way of identifying your body? That's scary. But then, of course, the fourth one.
My favorite.
How much is a pint of meat? Levity is vital in storytelling, and character development is vital to storytelling, and I enjoyed the way you've put these two together and combined these.
I do appreciate that. And to answer some people's questions, why would I need to know how much a pint of meat is? I'm not saying you do. I'm not saying you have to know how much a pint of meat is. I'm not saying you have to know what the heck meat is. The question is there for you to answer it as your character would answer it.
2.5 pints.
2.5 pounds is a pint?
2.5 pints is a pint of meat.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. Logistics character. I love that. Great. Go for it.
I like that answer. That's good.
Okay. Thank you, Jerome, for actually sharing that with us. We will be putting that up on our website and the archive site.
And and you're more than welcome to put that up. I hope everybody uses it. I pass it along to other writers and other gamers to help them. And you know what? That's only half.
Yeah, I know.
Of the questions I use when writing a character.
Yeah. See, that is but a small sliver into the mind of a writer. I had the mind of a madman too, but that's a whole nother story.
I was afraid you were going to say that. Now I'm going to have to kill you.
Oh,
in the game.
In the game. Beware. Okay, on to our next topic, comics.
Woo!
Yay! Leslie Bullock is joining us. Thank you for joining us, Leslie.
Thank you for having me.
We are wanting to discuss your particular, your 8-pager series. What's the title of your comic?
Teddy Bear Charm.
Teddy Bear Charm. Okay.
That, if I'm not mistaken, is about a young girl whose sister passes away, and her spirit takes over the essence of her sister's spirit takes over her teddy bear.
That's what it seems like. Yes.
That's what it seems like.
We don't know. We don't know
so we don't know.
We don't know yet.
So is that actually what's happened, or is the teddy bear haunted, or is it Psycho, or is it Chucky in a little brown suit? What?
We're not. The main character named Minako, not Banaka, like it was said before. Minako.
Breath spray. Okay, please tell us about the young character. What is this girl's situation?
Sound effect. Grr.
Yes, she has lost her twin sister, and her parents, trying to distance themselves from the loss of their child, have decided to uproot the other one and move to a whole new area.
Oh, wow. That could be stressful enough, without having lost a sibling.
Exactly.
How old is this character?
She's 13.
13. Oh, very temperamental age and very.
She's very smart for her age because she is in senior high school.
Oh, wow.
So she is advanced 2 years from what she normally would be.
So where does this take place?
The story takes place in Osaka.
Oh, Japan itself, the Osaka Prefecture.
Exactly.
Have you been there?
No, not personally.
Very, very nice place. From what I hear.
Did they talk to you often?
Huh?
You said you heard it.
From what I hear.
Yes. Does it talk to you often?
Ba-dum-dum. I'm sorry, go right ahead. Tell us more. Obviously, there's some family conflict going on between, can I call her men?
No, her mother's name is Min.
Oh, well, the mother's name is Min. Well, Min and
Min and Mina. She calls her Mina.
Mina. Okay, so Min and Mina obviously have some conflict going on here.
Exactly.
Okay. Where does this teddy bear charm come into play? Obviously, it's got something to do with the title. Okay. So what's Mina's issue?
She and her sister had twin necklaces. That was a very cute heart charm.
Okay.
They're 2 lockets, and her sister's locket is put onto the teddy bear that they shared. So,
okay.
It's her little person to talk
keepsake
to.
to keep.
Exactly.
Okay. Does she talk to her sister?
Oh, she had major conversations with the bear about her sister.
Okay. So her bear is her confidant.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
That's what's
I
going
was
on.
mistaken.
But lately, since she's starting a new school, she's seeing bits of her sister in, say, reflections behind her in mirrors and things.
That's very
And
very Zack and Ghost Adventures like.
And something strange is going on with her teddy bear as well. The eyes, whenever she gets upset, the eyes of the teddy bear seem to glow.
She has a possessed Teddy Ruxpin. Does he want to be friends?
Is it, like Dark Side?
Jeez. The Omega Beams.
No,
No?
not like that.
Okay.
Thankfully.
Okay, it's just, Well, okay, we see it on the 8-pager comics. The format that you've chosen with this particular story is really cute. I like this. It's a mini comic. Basically, you've got a mini comic, which is like one of our standard 8.5 by 11s, folded into quarters, and then folded in half again, which creates an 8-pager comic, which is downloadable from our site as sample on HeroCentral.org. For those who want to actually take a look at what an 8-pager mini comic is. This is a really interesting way to present a drama. But it keeps it up. This is like you put this in your pocket. Unlike a manga, which, hopefully you have other options to create a massive version of this down the road.
Oh, definitely.
But, like, let's say you just folding this up and you put it in your pocket and you just want to read a couple of these. You're not overburdened with the 8-pager comics. You take 4 or 5, put them in there, and go, yeah, I'm going to read my story, while I'm sitting here in the traffic light on 285. Oh, God, I'm going to die. Okay. Can't text, but I can read a comic book. Okay.
There's nothing in the law against reading comic
That's
books.
right. It says no texting. No crapping in your pants. Basically, that's what's going to happen. I've been on 285 without a comic book, and I was having a problem, okay? That's taking Dr. Fate in your hands right there is what that is. I like the fact that you presented the story in this format. And if you were to give us just a few words about the story, okay, if you had to give 2 or 3 word description, of your concept, what would it be? Give me one sentence. Sell me on one sentence.
You had to ask me that, didn't you?
Of course I did. It's the most difficult question possible.
You should have known it was coming, too.
I know. I actually had something for that, and I can't remember it.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. Did you have a question you want to ask in the meantime?
What kind of benefit or threat does Mina present to the public?
It depends on if you're her friend or her enemy.
Oh, that's a bit tricky. Might we, question parlay for a bit of an example, perhaps?
If you're her friend, then she will protect you. If you're her enemy, well, let's just hope you don't try to hurt her, because then you might have some broken bones, might get some fire.
She sounds sadistic.
Might be set on fire. When you said broken bones, I was thinking ninjutsu or karate, but
Oh, no.
How is all this performed? Is
That's
she
a good
some kind of
question.
martial arts expert?
No, she's not doing
Chun-Li
it.
in diapers? What?
arsonist?
She's not doing it.
She's not doing it. What are you talking about?
That's the question. That
You
you
don't-
have to find out while you read.
What are you talking about? That is the question.
That is the question. What are you talking about? Oh my, that sounds a bit scary.
Okay, I'm going to take 2 of my questions off of my questionnaire and ask you personally, about this comic. Under personality and beliefs, number 6. What are your short-term goals, like within the year?
My short-term goals for the comic book itself,
With the story.
with the story, well, I do hope to finish putting out the first part of it. I do have 10, 12, just for this first small segment, that can be put into 8-pagers, even though I do have up to 6 already right now. I have a total of about 10 to 12 for this just one section.
Is this story segment?
Plus, I also have 3 other sections started.
Oh wow!
Well,
So this
2 of
is
them are finished and 1 of them
So
started.
you've got enough to finish off an arc. A story arc.
Close. I have 1 to 2 more to finish the story arc.
Okay. Well, that goes to number 7 on my personal beliefs questionnaire. What is your long-term goal with this story?
Oh, to have it published as a graphic novel.
Very nice. Like a manga style?
Manga. Oh, preferably back to front. 100%
traditional
manga.
Traditional manga.
I got you. Listen up, Tokyo Pop.
You listen to it now. Just put it out to that. This is where it's coming from. Definitely have an awesome story on your way. Well, this is intriguing. I'm looking forward to reading more of your story. It's a bit scary, actually. But then, of course, what's a bit of horror at the end of the year anyway? You know, that's...
But there's also some funny in it.
Some comedy, some...
Romance.
Romance, oh.
Well, she's 13, but she has a crush on her. Exactly. On her tutor.
This one, Shoujo.
Yeah, just slight crush. It's not major. It's just slight crush. She thinks he's cute. So.
Well, look, it's not Fruit Basket's version
Oh,
of
goodness,
everything
no.
where that's just a little too much for my taste. I'm sorry. You know,
What's wrong with Fruit Baskets?
the whole interplay and who's deciding to change with what and what element hits and what do they change into, and it's a bit much for my taste.
What's wrong with Fruit Basket?
I just say, for me,
You know, you
Nothing-
just insulted my second favorite manga of all
Nothing
time,
is wrong with Fruits Basket. It's just not his cup of tea.
that's right.
It's mine. So.
Don't worry.
Fine, you're not getting a Fruits Basket for Christmas.
Great. I mean,
I have them
dried
all.
apricots or something is what I'll get.
Prunes.
Prunes. There we go. Too funny. Okay. Well, is there anything you'd like to say to the fans out there in cyberspace and those who are downloading the podcast about your comic itself?
I think that this comic will actually surprise you a bit to find out eventually what is actually going on. Because as a writer, I do know where this is going.
Well, that's a good thing. I can say half of them don't.
If anybody should know, it's you.
Exactly.
But I am doing my best to keep it suspenseful. And
Thank you.
keep you questioning. Keep you
Excellent.
coming back for more.
Surprise. That's the key.
Hook 'em
Okay.
early and bring them in for the long haul.
Exactly.
That's right. Okay, well, I noticed here that I've got listed down that you have a special release deal for the fans for the month of December through January. Of those who order copies, each copy is 25 cents a page, a comic page, for an 8-pager. But if you order all 6, you'll only have to pay for 4 and get 2 for free.
Exactly.
Okay, people, you heard it right here. You got 2 months to bone up on the teddy bear charm. So order them quick. www.herocentral.org. Follow the link to the store and get your copies today. Thank you for joining us, Leslie. We really appreciate the fact that you've been able to attend our podcast.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll take a break right here.